Have you ever stopped to wonder why, even though you're eating right, staying active, and following all the healthy rules, your legs still feel weaker? Why do stairs suddenly feel steeper than they used to? Why does it take more effort just to rise from a chair? Is it just age catching up with you? Or could something else, something quieter, be working against you? Here's where it might surprise you. It's not always about what you're not doing. Sometimes, the real issue is something you are doing, without even realizing it's causing harm. The truth is, most seniors unknowingly make a subtle mistake every single day. They do it with full confidence, thinking it's the right move, because they've always been told that fruits are wholesome, natural, and good for you. And generally, that's true. But there's a catch that almost no one talks about. Not every fruit is ideal for aging bodies. In fact, some of the most commonly eaten fruits, the ones we enjoy week after week without question, can slowly chip away at your leg strength, trigger knee pain, worsen joint inflammation, and make walking more of a struggle. Fruits marketed as healthy may actually be working against your mobility, balance, and muscle endurance. You see, as we get older, our bodies shift. Circulation becomes weaker. Metabolism slows down. And the very foods that once supported us can begin to work against us, especially certain fruits. They might look harmless. They may taste perfectly sweet. But underneath, they're loaded with acids, sugars, and compounds that spike your blood sugar, inflame your joints, and gradually drain the strength from your legs. And the worst part? The damage doesn't happen all at once. It's slow. It's subtle. It's nearly invisible, until one day, you suddenly feel a sharp pain in your calves. A constant, nagging ache in your thighs. Or a strange tightness in your knees after just a short walk. That's why today, we're going to break down 7 fruits every senior over 60 should think twice about, especially if your goal is to keep your legs strong, pain-free, and capable for years to come. They may look innocent, but make no mistake, these fruits can do damage. And once you know the truth, you'll never glance at your fruit bowl the same way again. So stick with me till the end, especially if you value your independence and want to keep moving without pain or hesitation. This might be the message your body has been waiting to hear. But before we dive in, take a second to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, especially if you care about your long-term health. Because here's where we talk about the things nobody else will say out loud. And if you're watching this right now, I want to know you're with me. If this message hits home, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, either way, your voice matters more than you might think. Let's start with fruit number 1. The sneaky saboteur, pineapple. Pineapple. Tropical. Juicy. Refreshing. Thanks to an enzyme called bromelain, it's been celebrated for years as a natural anti-inflammatory. But here's the twist. While many believe pineapple fights inflammation, it might actually be quietly causing it, especially in older adults. Here's why. Pineapple is packed with natural sugars and acids. And if you're over 60, those sugars aren't as harmless as they seem. Let me explain. As we age, our blood vessels become more sensitive, more fragile. They don't bounce back from sugar spikes the way they used to. Even though pineapple has some benefits, it sends a rush of natural sugar into your bloodstream. And that surge? It sends blood sugar levels climbing fast. What happens next? That spike can damage the tiny blood vessels that carry oxygen to your legs, feet, and muscles. As blood flow weakens, so does oxygen delivery. And the result? Pain. Fatigue. Swelling. Your legs may ache after just a short walk. Standing up might come with knee stiffness. Even your ankles might hurt, even if you've been resting. But that's not all. Pineapple isn't just sweet, it's also highly acidic. And that acid can irritate your joints, especially if you already deal with arthritis or inflammation. It's like throwing gasoline on a smoldering fire in your hips, knees, or ankles. Some people even say their legs feel heavier after eating pineapple, like their strength is being quietly drained away. And here's something most don't realize. If you take medication, especially blood thinners, pineapple can interfere. That bromelain enzyme can either amplify or dull your med's effects. But the scariest part? You won't feel the damage right away. There's no burning sensation. No obvious warning. It sneaks up on you, slowly. Until one day, you realize, you're not moving the way you used to, and you don't know why. That's the saddest part. Most seniors have no clue that the very fruit they eat to stay healthy might be chipping away at their strength, year after year. So, what should you do? You don't have to cut out pineapple completely. But you do need to be aware, especially if leg pain, swelling, or stiffness has become your new normal. The damage might be subtle, but it's very real. Now if pineapple, a fruit hailed for its anti-inflammatory powers, can be this rough on aging legs. What about the next one? It's soft. It's sweet. It's known for its potassium and muscle-boosting reputation. But it might be fooling you. Let's talk about bananas. Watermelon, the sweet hydrator with a hidden cost. Watermelon. Light, juicy, and the very definition of summer refreshment. It seems harmless. After all, it's mostly water and low in calories. So how could something so simple be doing you harm? Well, here's the catch. Despite its watery texture, watermelon has a very high glycemic index. That means it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, similar to candy. And for older adults, those sudden sugar spikes are particularly dangerous. Let me break it down. When your blood sugar shoots up, your body responds by releasing insulin to bring it back down. But as we get older, our ability to manage insulin weakens. That imbalance leads to more inflammation, especially in areas where blood flow is already poor. So where does that inflammation show up? In your calves. Around your ankles. Through your knees. You might notice your legs feeling heavy or tired right after eating. A dull ache creeps in during a short walk. Or maybe there's that weird, lingering swelling around your ankles. Even simple things, like climbing stairs, start to feel like tackling a steep hill. And yet, watermelon doesn't seem like the culprit. That's exactly the problem. Because it's cool and hydrating, most people eat it in large portions. One slice turns into 2, then 3. Each bite delivers more sugar, more inflammation, and more stress on your legs. You think you're doing something healthy by hydrating. But in reality, your blood sugar is spiking, your circulation is faltering, and your legs are bearing the brunt of it. So ask yourself. At this stage of life, is watermelon really helping you hydrate? Or is it silently making your movements more painful? If you've been feeling unusually fatigued in your legs, it might be time to take a second look at that safe fruit on your plate. Next up, oranges, the acidic surprise hiding behind the vitamin C. Oranges. They're bright, tangy, and practically the mascot of health. You see them in juices, supplements, immune boosters, especially at breakfast. But for seniors, that sweet citrus might be secretly stirring up joint trouble. Here's the deal. Oranges are packed with citrus acid. And while that might not seem like a big deal, it can quietly irritate aging joints, especially if you're already dealing with arthritis, stiffness, or inflammation. How might it show up? That creeping knee stiffness when you get out of bed. A deep, dull ache in your hips after sitting too long. An odd tightness in your legs that wasn't there yesterday. Swelling that sneaks up for no clear reason. Too often, we shrug it off as just aging. But sometimes, it's that morning glass of orange juice doing more harm than good. Why? Because the citric acid doesn't just hang around in your stomach. It enters your bloodstream and inflames the soft tissues in your joints. Combine that acid with the fruit's natural sugars, and you've got a 1-2 punch. Blood sugar swings. System-wide inflammation. The outcome? Your legs feel heavier. Your steps become stiffer. And every movement starts to require a little more effort than it used to. Oranges might not hurt a younger person. But for someone over 60, with slower circulation and sensitive joints, that acid and sugar can accumulate quietly over time. And the toughest part? You're doing it thinking it's good for you. Oranges have always been tied to wellness. But now you know, what once helped your body might now be hurting it. Green apples, crisp, clean, and not so innocent. They look fresh, tart, and natural. And for many seniors, green apples seem like the smarter choice, less sugar, more fiber, a cleaner fruit overall. But here's what often goes unnoticed. Green apples can subtly contribute to leg fatigue, joint stiffness, and discomfort. What's behind it? Two main culprits: malic acid and natural sugars. Let's talk about malic acid first. That's the compound responsible for the apple's sharp, sour flavor. It's fine for younger digestive systems. But for older adults, malic acid can become irritating. As our gut lining becomes more delicate with age, that acid can aggravate not just your digestion, but your joints, too. After eating a green apple, you might notice a sudden, sharp ache in your hips or thighs. A faint burning feeling in your feet. A creeping tightness in your knees that lingers. These symptoms don't always show up right away. But over time, that acid builds in the body, along with the discomfort. Now, let's look at the sugar. Even though green apples taste less sweet than their red cousins, they still contain natural sugars. And in a slower aging metabolism, even small sugar doses can cause blood sugar swings. What does that lead to? Tired calves. Nighttime cramps. Morning stiffness. A weak, unsteady feeling while climbing stairs. Here's what makes it worse. Green apples are usually eaten raw, often as a snack or even before bedtime. That means your body is exposed to acids and sugars at the exact time it needs to rest and recover. They may look healthy. They may feel like the cleanest option in your kitchen. But for aging joints, green apples could be quietly making things worse, tightening movement, robbing comfort, and disrupting your sleep. And if something as simple as a green apple can stir up this much trouble, what happens when the fruit is richer, sweeter, and more tropical? Let's move on to the seventh and final fruit on our list. The biggest sugar bomb of them all. Mango, the sweet favorite with a dangerous edge. Mango. Lush, juicy, and sweet like candy. It's one of the most adored tropical fruits, and for good reason. But here's the hard truth. For seniors, mango could be one of the worst fruits for joint pain and leg weakness. Why? Because it's loaded with natural sugars, and not just a small amount. Mango packs a serious sugar punch. Now, if you're under 30 and highly active, your body can usually process that sugar with no problem. But after 60, things change. That sugar surge causes your insulin levels to spike, then crash. And each time that happens, it sends a wave of inflammation straight to your joints. Particularly the soft tissues around your ankles, knees, hips, toes. If you're already dealing with nerve issues, mango can make things even worse. You might notice a burning sensation in your toes, tingling that just won't stop, swelling in your feet by the end of the day, a heavy, dragging feeling in your legs. Here's what makes mango especially sneaky. It feels light. It tastes cool and refreshing. It doesn't seem like a big deal, so you eat more than you think. And that's the trap. Your body doesn't care how light it feels, it cares about how much sugar it's taking in. And over time, all that sugar adds up. What does that lead to? Ongoing joint pain. Slower, more labored walking. Unsteady legs. A steady decline in mobility. A lot of older adults eat mangoes thinking they're a healthy, natural treat, and they are natural. But just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe for aging joints and weakened circulation. Now you've seen the full picture. While these 7 fruits are often celebrated for their health benefits, they can hide a dark side, especially for those over 60. Pineapple, bananas, grapes, watermelon, oranges, green apples, mangoes. But here's the good news. Not all fruits work against you. Some actually help you heal. They protect your joints, support better circulation, reduce inflammation, and keep your legs feeling lighter and stronger. So let's flip the script. What fruits should you be eating instead? Because the right fruits do more than satisfy your taste, they nourish your body in the right ways. Let's start with the best. 1. Berries, tiny but powerful anti-inflammatory heroes. Think blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. These little gems are packed with antioxidants, low in sugar, and very gentle on your blood sugar levels. No sharp spikes. No crashes. Just solid, steady support. They help with improved circulation, less swelling, reduced stiffness in joints and muscles, better movement over time. They tackle inflammation at its source, without triggering more issues. 2. Cherries, the joint-soothing snack, in moderation. Sweet but effective. Cherries contain compounds that lower uric acid, which means fewer painful gout flare-ups. Relief from burning sensations in knees or toes. A reduction in overall joint discomfort. Just keep portions small, a handful is plenty. Too much of a good thing can flip the benefits. 3. Avocados, yes, they're a fruit. And yes, they're incredible. Avocados are rich in healthy fats, which help cushion your joints, decrease inflammation internally, regulate insulin levels, keep energy and blood sugar steady, support strong circulation. No sugar. No stiffness. Just smooth, natural strength. 4. Papaya, the gentle tropical healer. Soft and soothing, papaya is loaded with digestive enzymes that calm inflammation, aid digestion, help repair tissues, including joints. It's easy on the stomach and especially good for aging joints. 5. Pears, subtle sweetness with solid benefits. Pears are naturally mild and hydrating. When paired with a little protein or fiber, they help provide stable energy. Keep blood sugar in check. Avoid triggering leg pain or joint flare-ups. They're sweet enough to satisfy a craving, without tipping the scales against your health. Each of these fruits works with your body, not against it. They support better blood flow, stronger mobility, less inflammation, more resilience. They're more than just snacks. They're tools for aging well and staying active. So no, it's not about cutting out fruit altogether. It's about choosing the right ones for where your body is right now. And once you start making those mindful swaps, you'll start to feel more stable steps, smoother movements, brighter mornings, legs that feel lighter, not heavier. Let's end with this. If you've made it this far, then I know one thing for sure. You care. You care about how you move. You care about how you feel. You care about your future, your health, and your independence. And let me tell you something important. It's not too late. You still have time to change things. To feel better. To take back control. And you don't have to do it alone. Aging can be tough. The discomfort. The stiffness. The fear of falling. It can sneak up on you, and feel overwhelming. But here's the truth. You don't need extreme diets. You don't need complicated routines. You don't need to tough it out. You just need small, smart changes. One fruit. One meal. One decision at a time. The fruits we talked about today aren't evil. But they may not be serving you anymore. And that's okay. Getting older isn't about giving up, it's about getting wiser. And when you start eating with intention, choosing foods that boost your circulation, ease your joints, and preserve your strength, you'll begin to feel less pain, more freedom to move, easier mornings, lighter, stronger legs. This isn't about fear. And it's not about rules. It's about empowerment. Now, I want to hear from you. What did you take away from this? What are you ready to change? Tell us in the comments, because when we share, we all grow stronger. And if this video helped you in any way, even a little, please tap the like button. It helps others find this message. And it might just help someone else reclaim their strength, too. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next tip that could transform your health. Before you go, leave a quick comment. Type 1 if this helped you. Type 0 if it didn't. Your input matters more than you know. So stay strong. Stay mindful. And remember this. Your independence starts with your legs, //.